is loud. All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. That's loud. I turned the, retuned my car. I took the cold start delete option off. And so that's the cold start for you guys. Way louder than I'm used to. Way louder than I'm sure everybody else is used to as well. But we're heading to the gym. Another good day. Tomorrow is my Friday. Then we got 4th of July on Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday, but it's my last day of the week. So. Anyways, we're heading to the gym. Got something in particular I'd like to share my thoughts with you guys on. Let me get out of the neighborhood real quick. Close my garage door. Jeez, I'm a mess right now. What's going on? I retuned the car and kind of tuned a few things up. Had to take a look at some of the options that I had on my last tune and fix some things up. So, car is way louder on the start now, which was my intention. So, got it exactly how we like it. But anyways, today's topic of the video. How I stay consistent when I really don't feel like it. And that's something I think that everybody I've ever met has struggled with, just consistency. You know, to me that's the hardest thing about life in general, growing up. I'm turning 30 this year, so I'm reaching UNC status. I am an UNC, so I am, I guess, UNC status. But we're getting up there, you know, and the older you get, the wiser you get, as they say, right? But the more experience you get, and the one thing I've found to be the hardest part about growing up, I think, is consistency. How do you stay consistent when you really don't feel like it? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, because I think this has been something that I've worked on over the last 5 years or so, when I've really gotten serious about my work ethic, going to the gym, eating healthy, stacking money, and ultimately living the life that's worth living, the one that you want to live, the one that you're looking forward to living each day, rather than just going through the motions. You know, how do you stay consistent when you really don't feel like it? That's the thing I want to talk about. And the first point, I think, is having small goals. Whenever you're talking to somebody, nobody wants to talk about their small goals. You ever get that? Like, whenever you ask somebody like what they're working towards, you know, what they're interested in doing, you know, where they want to be at in 5 years and shit, it's always these outrageously large expectations. And that's because we put those on ourselves. We put these huge expectations on ourselves for a good cause, right? Like, we want to be in a good spot down the road. But shit doesn't happen overnight. That's the biggest thing, the biggest slap in the face I've encountered as I grew up. I thought things were gonna be instant gratification. I thought things were gonna come to me just because I asked for them, you know, but no, everything takes hard work. It takes consistency, and you gotta set small goals. You know, when I started YouTube, I thought I was gonna be able to be super successful at it. I thought things were gonna pop off overnight. And I'm very lucky and blessed to have thousands of views on some of my videos. Like, some people never even get that, but I expected more, right? I had these bigger goals, and I still do, but one thing I had to do for myself was set smaller goals. So I'm talking, for example, with YouTube, you know, having a goal of 100 new subscribers each month, or 50 new subscribers each month. Or by this time next month, I'm gonna be at, you know, 1,000 watch hours. Whatever it may be, going to the gym, getting a promotion, making money at your job, making money outside of your job, whatever it is, set those small goals, because those small goals will create consistency and will make that consistency a little bit easier on you. And they stack up, right? They stack up to bigger and bigger goals. So before you know it, you'll look back and you'll be at that bigger goal that you once set out for, but you achieved it by focusing on your smaller, more attainable goals. So that's the first point, is have small goals, and don't be afraid to like share those small goals with your loved ones and your friends and people that support you, because I think it creates authenticity, right? Like being able to say like, hey, I have this small but it's achievable goal of mine, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited to like work towards it. That shows that you're authentic and you care about that goal, right? So small goals, keep them lined up, have a lot of them, but don't go overboard. My second point is habit stacking. I think the more good habits you have, the more consistent you'll be. The more habits you have, the more likely you're going to pursue, you know, a similar habit, right? So like that can be good, it can be bad. You know, the more bad habits you have, the more likely you're gonna continue on that trajectory of bad habit stacking. So create a lot of good habits. For me, right, I'm trying to go to the gym every day. I'm trying to build muscle. I'm trying to grow my physique. I'm trying to get new PRs in the gym. I'm also trying to eat healthy, and that kind of works in tandem with that. I want to be financially successful. I want to save up money and invest it and learn new ways to make money, learn new ways to invest my money, new opportunities to get wealthier, and ultimately be able to step away from work and not be tied to this 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. You know, so have good habits and stack those good habits. Try to begin excluding your bad habits. You know, whether you're smoking or you're drinking on the weekends or you're partying or you're having a negative outlook on life, or you're fighting with your friends or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, you know, try to work towards minimizing those. The more positivity in your life, the better it stacks up, I think. My third point here is to hold yourself accountable. Accountability is the biggest thing. You know, hold yourself to a high standard and commit to your actions. You know, don't give up on yourself when things don't go your way. Don't sell yourself short. When you say you're gonna do something, do it. You know, that's something my dad always taught me, was if you're gonna say you're gonna do something, then do it. But holding yourself accountable is the number one thing. 24-hour fitness, I don't want to come here every day. I mean, I will be honest, like I do enjoy working out and everything, but there's definitely days out there where I don't feel like it. You just gotta step up to the plate and do it. So by holding yourself accountable, you're gonna be consistent, right? I think that's just that was just on my mind today as I was getting through the day. It's just like, you know, a Wednesday, you're in the middle of the week, 4th of July is on Friday, your friends are all starting to take off from work and enjoy the holiday weekend early, and you're sitting here at work just like, damn, dude, fuck, I hate, you know, this afternoon feeling of like, you know, I gotta stay at work and I gotta get through it. But, you know, you gotta stay consistent. So that's what was on my mind today, was just thinking about how to stay consistent, what little things that I do that helps me stay consistent. And I think by staying consistent, you're going to achieve greatness. I think everybody can. I think it's possible for everybody. There's nobody out there that is not destined for success. I think everybody is destined for success. It's just a matter of our actions. You know, do we take action? Do we stay consistent on our actions? And how bad do we want it? And that's the thing to consider, man, is create some small goals for yourself, attainable goals, small goals that will ultimately lead to a big goal in a year from now or 2 years from now. I usually like to set monthly goals for myself, and then, you know, have the occasional big goal, but don't focus on those, because if you focus on those, you're gonna get lost in the sauce, man. You're gonna get twist and turn. You're gonna get all over the fucking place, and you're not gonna be able to stay focused on getting to where you want to be. Stack good habits, avoid the bad habits. I quit smoking back in February. It's been one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I gave up the worst habit, arguably, I wasn't smoking cigarettes, I'm talking, you know, gardening, but that shit held me back. Little things like that, little negative, little bad habits will hold you back from being your best self. And then hold yourself to a higher standard. Be accountable. Accountability is the #1 thing. If you can be accountable, the sky's the limit. And that's what really, I think, ties together all of your goals. You'll really be foolproof, I think, if you can do those 3 things. So that was a super rambling subject, and I'm at the gym now, and I'm gonna go hit legs, and that's some shit I really don't want to do. I do not want to work out legs, because every time I work legs I get nauseous and I feel like shit, but I still do it because I know it's what's good for me. You know, if you listened and you made it this far, I appreciate it. Like, you know, there's not much, you know, I'm just an average guy driving a M4, and if that's what brought you to the video, then awesome. The M4 is cool, and it makes my life fun. Anyways, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it, and I'd appreciate the support, a subscription. I'd appreciate the comments, the likes. All the support you guys give me is awesome. It helps me kind of keep pushing forward, and motivates me each day to look forward to doing this and sitting in my car as I get off work. And it's been something that I really look forward to doing each day. Really looking forward to recording videos and posting them to YouTube and sharing with you guys my life, you know, and what I look forward to, and how I've gotten to where I'm at today, and the habits that I've built and try to continue building and focusing on to get myself to even greater heights. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I'm rambling, like I said. Thanks for listening. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.